Hello, everybody. This is Chris Barron. Let's start. Let's have some fun today. Let me share my screen. There you go. Screen number 1. Go live. Let me also share my video. There you go. You can now see me. Hopefully, you can see me. So let's have some fun today. This is our voice chat podcast thingy, whatever this is, for the 15th of July. 15th of July. Let's have some fun at the same usual time, 6 p.m. my time here in Bucharest, Romania. Welcome, everybody. Let's actually first see my ugly mug first and foremost, and then we'll see what's what. So hi guys, today we're going to talk about a few things. Mostly we're going to talk about, focusing on one specific thing in the design world. And I'm going to show you a few examples of people that really specialize on one certain thing and they produce great results. That's one thing I really want to talk about. Another thing is, some various things that I designed with Photoshop, various things for my company, various menus and whatnot, sales brochures and whatnot. So I think this is really something that can't be overstated, how important it is to use Photoshop for things like that. And basically, I'm going to talk about one thing that people may not understand, why I'm not keeping a portfolio and why my Behance profile isn't all that fantastic. I think that's really something I should address because everybody, has questions, and I feel it's best to obviously talk about it and, reply to absolutely everything, right? I think transparency is key, especially when you don't have anything to hide, especially when you're totally upfront. So I think, that would be best. So first and foremost, let's talk about specializing on one certain thing. Because again, I feel this was something I really understood late in my career as a designer. And it's really a shame because constantly I was trying to reinvent myself. And it was to create to put it this way, think of a restaurant, right? Imagine you have a restaurant and you want as many people as possible. You want to be successful, you want to make money, you want as many clients as possible, right? And what you do is you start and think, okay, what do people want to eat? I like Italian food, I'm Italian in this example. Let me create Italian food, right? So let's put Italian food on our menu. But then some people really like sushi. So let's put some sushi as well. But some people really like Mexican food, and we have a Mexican community here, so let's add that as well. Now, all of a sudden, because you want to do 3 different things at once, all of a sudden your menu isn't 2 pages, it's 6 pages. All of a sudden, instead of 25 dishes, you have 75 dishes. And you may think, okay, it's a little bit of something for everyone. That's the same thing designers do in their career. They think, hey, if I do whatever, Facebook ads and logos and websites and apps, if I do more of this, if I diversify my portfolio, the more clients I'm gonna get, right? But what happens is, would you go to a restaurant to eat sushi when they also do Italian and Chinese and whatever, Mexican and whatever? No, of course not. If you want the best sushi, you go to a Japanese restaurant or whatever. If you want the best steak, you go to a steakhouse. Where, what do they do? Steaks. Right? So having a specialty is something that's awesome. It's not something that should be frowned upon. It doesn't mean that you're limited. It doesn't mean that you're a poor designer. It just means that you focus on one specific thing and you're great at it. So let me actually share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Because I feel like examples are fantastic, right? So let's have a quick look on 99 Designs. And we're going to look at recent winners. But more importantly, I'm going to look at a few people. Now, here's one guy, totally at random. Yanni, I think, whatever. It doesn't matter. His name isn't important. Look at these logos. Have a look and let me know what you think of them. First of all, my opinion is they look great, right? So these are very nice logos. But actually, this is the same logo done 12 times. So this is the exact same logo done over and over again. So I really feel like, this is something that a lot of designers don't really understand. This is his style. There's nothing wrong in doing the same logo over and over again. Actually, if I were to hire this person, I would expect something similar. A circular logo based on a tree or whatever, an old style, a vintage style. And basically, it's the same thing. As you go through his portfolio, it's the same logo. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. This is totally fine. As you can see, it's the same thing over and over. Now, does this mean that this guy is not a good designer? Does this mean that he's limited? Does this thing mean that whatever, he doesn't know to do anything else? No, of course not. So it's all a matter of how you perceive things, right? Let's have a look at another one. Yet again, beautiful logos, very nice ones, but it's the same logo, right? It's the same thing basically. Obviously, with some variation, with enough variation where it's not copying, right? Where it's not the exact same logo. Obviously, they're a bit different, but in essence, the foundation, the spirit, the vibe, the atmosphere, it's the same thing. So, as you go through several of these, you realize that most of these successful guys on 99 Designs, and designers in general, they specialize. They have one specific style. This is a minimalistic logo. And this works wonders. Because again, when you're browsing for designers and you see something that really resonates with you, if you really like this style of logos, really clean ones, very simple ones, abstract ones, with minimal decoration, this is the guy for you. This is the guy for you. So it's something that's, for me, again, this is what I advise you to do. I think this is the type of thing you should do. Specialize, do one specific thing. This guy, on the other hand, goes really colorful. You have some more variation here, but in essence, it's again really colorful. It's a style, a specific style that you either love or hate. In my case, I think, most people would love this style. This is a great designer, sure. But again, this is the thing. Let me stop the screen sharing. Okay. Most people don't do one specific style. They don't focus on one thing in particular. And I think that's a real shame. I think you're missing out quite a lot when you try and do everything, right? So, Anton, for example, he had a pretty long conversation with me about, creating content, doing, various things in terms of social media advertising, offering a complete package. And I totally get that. Offering a complete package is fantastic. That's one thing that you can totally do. Let me actually take a step back here, because I was actually speaking with a friend of mine about this topic, because he has one question that's probably, in your career you're definitely gonna encounter it. He was asking, okay, I got this company, they want me to design that website, but I think they also want me to code it. I don't know how to code. How should I go about it, Chris? So this question is obviously, everybody's gonna have it at one specific point in their career. And I feel like you have basically two choices. One, either specialize and do exactly what you just saw on 99 Designs. Just do one thing, whether it's, websites for lawyers, tech websites, logos for whatever, Facebook ads, brochures, sales catalogs, whatever it may be that guy, right? Where people think, okay, if I want a tech website, I'm going to go to Chris. If I want a vintage logo, I'm going to go to Chris. And you can easily make a name for yourself in your country, in your city, based on this thing, because, people talk, especially entrepreneurs, right? I'm constantly in contact with various people, and, we talk. Who did your logo? Who did your website? Who does your SEO? Who does your whatever, your social media? Who does your copywriting, whatever, right? People talk, and that's how you make a name for yourself. And it's much easier to make a name for yourself when you're known as the guy for, again, Facebook banners, whatever, right? For blogs, for whatever, for tech websites, for IT companies, for whatever. So you nail one specific style, and then that's it. You don't do anything else. So that's one option that you can do. Just design, focus on one specific thing, and that's it. On the other hand, you could also do the complete package. Now, the complete package is something that's a bit tricky. That's what I spoke about today with Alex, because basically you can do the following. You have to do a complete package where you do the design, you probably handle the content, you do the development. It's basically from A to Z. You do absolutely everything. And this approach works wonders, but only if you can charge an arm and a leg. Now, I'm talking about projects that should start at the very minimum at $5,000. So $5K. Now, the reason why this is worth $5K is because you should handle everything. People love this type of approach. Entrepreneurs in general are going to pay loads of money for things that are going to be done from A to Z. That's something that can't be overstated. If you tell me that you're going to do everything, you're going to win me over, even if it's more expensive. And I recently had a discussion, my healthy food company of us here in Romania. I had a talk with someone a couple of weeks ago, and he was basically saying that he managed to grow a fantastic business based on this principle. So he was selling desserts made in his own kitchen. And what he did was, he did everything. He managed the desserts. They were frozen. It was all B2B, by the way, business to business. So he made these desserts, which were frozen, which were served immediately. You didn't have to do anything as a restaurant owner or whatever. You just put the order in. He would come, he would deliver it. He would give you the product itself. He would give you various things for presentation purposes. He would give you a menu. He would give you great prices. He would do absolutely everything from A to Z. And that's how he grew a fantastic business. He didn't just offer the product. He did everything. Again, he gave you the menus. He gave you whatever, the transportation. He gave you the fridges where you would keep them, everything. And entrepreneurs bought it because they love a complete package. They love to not think about things, because again, I'm an entrepreneur as well. And if you can give me a complete A to Z solution where I just give you whatever amount of money, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, and you take care of all my SEO needs, of all my advertising needs, of all my graphic design needs or whatever, I'm going to be happy. I don't want to talk to you. I just want to say, hey, Chris, I need another sales brochure. Make it happen. That's it. And I, as a designer, I know what to do. I know what to create. So it's this type of thing that entrepreneurs are really open to. They really love these type of deals because, again, as an entrepreneur, I'm very busy. So whenever I can get another half hour, another hour, I love to go that route. I love to pay people to whatever, to do to retouch some of my images, to create whatever, the flyer or whatever. In this particular case, I'm actually creating it myself, but whatever. So whenever I can delegate and free up more of my time, I'm totally fine with it. So in case you want to do development, in case you want to offer the complete package, you have to make a team, basically. You have to be a good designer. You have to find your own freelancer that does a brilliant job at coding. You have to make sure you've got a copywriter or whatever. You have to have the complete package, right? And what you should probably do is, again, charge at least 5,000 and make sure you only have a couple of clients. You don't have, way too many clients, assuming that would be a problem. You spend, 2-3 months on one single project and that's it. So low volume. Again, you focus on whatever, tech websites or whatever type of, whatever, Squarespace, whatever it may be, one specific niche, and you do a bang up job. Now, the problem with this complete package, it's a bit frustrating in the sense that, let's say that me and whatever, one of you guys is a brilliant coder. I do my job. I create a fantastic website design. I create everything absolutely beautifully, right? And I do it in whatever, a week, 5 days, 2 days, whatever. It doesn't matter. Then the development side takes 3 months. I'm still not going to get paid, even though I did my job. The client is still not happy because whatever, the drop down doesn't work. The website is not responsive. The backend isn't flexible enough, whatever. Millions of reasons. That's why you charge $5,000. Because basically it's a pain in the neck. Because even if you do a great job as a designer, you're really gonna not get paid. You're not gonna be all that happy simply because the development side, the business side, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Even if you have a great coder. So don't assume these problems are gonna show up just because you don't have a good coder. So again, let me back up yet again. So on one end, you can do just the design side, just work in Photoshop or Adobe XD or whatever, and just do that and specialize in one specific thing. Don't do anything else. Or on the other side, you could do the entire package, right? From websites to apps to whatever, from A to Z, the complete package, charge a whole lot of money and do the entire thing. Now, it's up to you. It really is up to you. Coders, they're exactly the same as we are. So we have whatever, a couple of hundred people here. There are Discord servers with only developers, with a couple of hundred developers that are active from time to time. It's not that difficult to actually find someone as long as you do what I said in the previous chat, where you basically hire various people for micro jobs, $10, $20, $50 per job. You talk to him, you see how's his English, how's his communication skills, whatever. And then you basically make a partnership with that person. So it's not all that difficult. The difficulty comes into play when, again, you have a huge project, right? Exactly like my own website. Because again, when you're creating these types of websites for businesses, the job rarely finishes, after 2 months and that's it. I'm constantly working on my website. And let me show you why I'm constantly working on it. Go live. So let me show you why I'm constantly working. So here you have a screenshot. This is information from Google Analytics. It's a plugin for the Chrome. It really doesn't matter. The details don't matter all that much. So here we have my home page, and this is for one specific category. And now here's the deal. This shows the amount of clicks every item on this page gets. There are 6 products in total, right? This product gets 8% of the clicks. It's number 1 in the list. This one gets only 3.3% of the clicks. This one only 3.0. This one 2.4. And this one 9.4. This one 4.6. So what does this tell you? This tells you that this package that gets 9.4% of the clicks should be the first one, right? This shows me that the order of these products has to be changed, right? And this is something that I talk about at length in Mastered Web Design in Photoshop. Analytics tell you what's what. Me as a designer, whatever, I'm gonna create whatever I think is best, right? I think, I'm gonna design something because I think it looks nice. But then only after you launch it and you see the analytics, only then you see what's what. And no matter what you did, no matter how good of a designer you are, at one specific point, the analytics is gonna tell you if you did a good job or not. And then you're constantly gonna tweak it. You're gonna change the layout. You're gonna change the color scheme. You're gonna change this and that, this and that. So again, this is why projects never actually end. So this is why, again, you charge $5,000 and then probably you charge something per hour. So again, it's complicated. It really depends on what you want to do. For me, at this point in my life, I would probably focus just on the design side because I really don't care to work with entitled people. Entrepreneurs are very difficult people. You probably know that if you've been freelancing for a while. Working with clients sucks. It sucks just because the clients are mostly very difficult, right? Your communication skills may not be great, but in general, it's a broad statement, and obviously, it's broad statements in general are not all that accurate. But yeah, working with clients sucks because they're difficult. They don't know what they want. They change their minds. And there are all sorts of things that are unforeseen that will complicate the project. You think it's going to be 4 weeks, and then all of a sudden it's 3 months. So that has happened to me loads of times, and it's going to happen to you. So this is why I would lean more towards specializing on one thing on the design side and not getting into various other things like, again, copywriting and whatever, pay-per-click campaigns and whatever, promotion stuff, SEO stuff, whatever. You could do that, but you have to be prepared. It's basically high risk, high reward, right? Because in terms of difficulty, I would not say one is more difficult than the other one. I would say it's a different type of difficulty because, let me stop my screen sharing for a bit. I would say that on one end, working with people is a bit difficult simply because at any point whatsoever, the developer may bail on you. If the developer says, okay, Chris, that's it. This guy, I can't work with him. This client, he's impossible. I hate him. Good luck. That's going to be a real issue for you. So that's one of the difficulties you're going to encounter. Or if the client constantly changes his mind, again, that's going to be something that's really going to bother you. So that's one type of difficulty, actually working with someone and, you know, having to have those people skills to know how to persuade him. On the other side, you know, simply working on the design side alone, it's what you think it is, you know, grinding on Fiverr.com, on Freelancer, on 99 Designs, losing design contests left and right. It's, again, both are equally difficult. They're difficult in another way. That's up to you, you know, what you want to do, where you want to spend your time, dealing with people or dealing with people in another way, you know, dealing with clients one-on-one or dealing with strangers, you know, on 99 Designs or whatever. So I think that's one thing that's really interesting. Yeah. So again, you know, overall, I think the most important part for you right now, what I would do is I would just focus on one single thing. And I really think this is something that's really bothering me when I check out the review my work and whatever. When I see all sorts of fake projects, I know I've said this in the past, but fake projects, they really upset me because, again, if you want to do something for your portfolio, or if you want to just, you know, whatever, practice and get some more Photoshop hours under your belt, create something for my company. Create something for any company. And then after you do it, send them an email. Hey, look, I'm constantly using your service, your website, your whatever, and I just figured that you might want to use this Facebook ad or whatever. I figured you might want to use this banner or whatever. So stop creating things that don't really make any sense. Stop making things just for the hell of it, just for the fun of it, right? I think it's a waste of time. Now, another thing that I really want to speak on is the fact that we had someone win a design contest, Robert. Let's see. So he participated in 13 contests. He reached the finals 4 times. He won 1. And another one, he's waiting on the client to select the winner. So pretty good stuff. You know, I'm really happy when people win. He says that he won after 3 weeks of working hard. So 3 weeks, 1 project. I'm really happy with that. Again, the percentage is 10%. Remember that. 10, maybe 13, maybe 15%. So remember that. If we're talking about, you know, winning a design contest on 99 Designs, you really have to make sure you understand that percentage. Because you may say, okay, 10%, that's pretty good. But that's 9 contests out of 10 that you're going to lose. 9 contests is huge. Your gut is going to... I mean, it's like a stab in the gut, right? It's like someone is going to stab you over and over again, because you have to remember that probably for each of those projects, you're going to put your heart and soul into it. So it's really, really difficult to get rejected that many times. So I really want to make sure that you guys have that understood, because I really feel like, you know, from what I'm seeing in the chat, that most of you don't have those 20, 30 contests under your belt. You can't expect to win if you don't have at least 20 to 30 contests under your belt. If you only participate in 3-4 contests per month, you're never going to make any progress. Because on 99 Designs, it's a numbers game, right? And if you don't want to work on 99 Designs, again, do what I said. At the beginning, specialize. Be that guy for the creative logos. Be that guy for whatever it may be, right? So really, you have to choose, but you have to put that work in. No matter what you do, you have to put that work in, right? And speaking about work, I wanna talk about something really quick. That's not really all that design related, but it sort of is. It's regarding productivity, procrastination, and whatever. It's all about this hustle culture. It actually makes me smile because I keep thinking about what Arnold said. He said, "Sleep faster. If you wanna do more, just sleep less, right? Sleep faster." And it really makes me laugh because there's one point in time where another cup of coffee is actually not that great for you, where you actually should lie down, where you should actually take a nap to be more productive, right? And I really feel like nobody is actually speaking about that because we all talk about hustling and, working, whatever, 12 hours a day and whatever, because I did that as well when I was young. When I was 18, 19, 20, I was working crazy hours. But if you really want to be productive, at 6 p.m. here, I'm not going to drink another cup of coffee. I'm at 2, that's my max. I'm not gonna go over 2 cups of coffee. Because again, if you feel tired, go and rest 20 minutes. That's it. I've actually put a lot of energy into researching this topic. You should sleep between 20 and 45 minutes, no more than an hour, 60 minutes. And even if you don't completely fall asleep, even if you just doze off, 20 to 45 minutes, put your alarm on your phone just so you're totally sure that you're not going to sleep for 2 hours or whatever. If you do that, you're going to feel much more refreshed. So again, don't believe all this hype about, constantly hustling and work until 2 p.m., 2 a.m., 2 in the morning, and then wake up at 6 and then do it all over again and go for a jog and then go to your job and then whatever, do more, hustle more and whatever. That's not the case. I don't think overworking is a solution. I think you should do sessions like I talk about in the freelancing course. I think you should design a homepage in 3 to 4 hours, at the most 4 hours. You should take a break. You should go for the sleep, for the nap, for the whatever, for the jog, for the whatever, go to the gym, whatever, and then come back and do another 3 to 4 hour session. I think you should work in sessions. And I think, again, if you're feeling tired, even if it's 6 p.m., go and lie down, right? There's a moment in time where getting more coffee is not good for you, where cranking up the music, when listening to whatever, to rock or to hip hop or whatever, it's not actually productive. You can easily burn yourself out. And when you burn yourself out, you basically just want to give up completely. So, I'm working right now on my Adobe XD course, and I'm doing my best to write every single day, right? A few pages every single day. And it's a pain because, again, I came back from work at around 4 p.m. I worked a little bit on this and that, and now I'm doing this chat. And after that, I have 2 more hours to work, right? And I need to hit my deadlines. I need to hit my number of pages. And if I don't, I'm gonna feel disappointed in myself. So yesterday I wanted 44 pages. I only managed to get 42. It is what it is. It's really important that you not be too upset about yourself. It's really important you nail that thing between being too relaxed, where you say, okay, fuck it, okay, it doesn't matter, I'm gonna do it tomorrow or whatever. The course is gonna be done whenever it's gonna be done. So too relaxed, and that hardcore thing where you just push yourself to the absolute max, where your relationships suffer, where you lose all your hair, where you're totally stressed out, when you basically don't feel like it's worth it anymore. Because you could go that route. Overworking is totally a thing nowadays. I don't think that's the case. I don't think you should do that. I think you should be really careful about, planning these sessions, these work sessions. Again, 2 to 3 hours, I think, is best. That's how I managed to do it. Complete a design in 2 to 3 hours. If you can't manage to complete it in 2 to 3 hours, that's it. Put it on pause, come back after half an hour or whatever, and see it from another light. Because what you will see, I really remember this, you work on something and you think, whatever, it's a 7 out of 10. But then you come back and you realize it's actually a 5 out of 10. because you really want to finish it before the session ends. You really want to finish it in those 3 hours. But when you wake up in the morning the next day and you see it, you realize, man, I just rushed it. I rushed it. Why did I rush it? This doesn't look good. Why the hell did I do it? You know? So I think, again, that's something that not a lot of people talk about. Because, again, you're overworked, you work way too much, or you don't work at all. Because it's actually really easy to get depressed about it. Because if I'm constantly telling you that, hey guys, I worked 14 hours today, I managed to create 10 websites, right? I spent 1 hour on each design. You're sitting there thinking, man, I didn't even start Photoshop today. I didn't even do one single design today. How the hell am I gonna compete? Because if Chris is on 99 Designs, why the hell should I be on 99 Designs when I'm not even at 10% of what he does? So that's the type of thing that really gets you depressed, and you don't even work anymore. So I think you should work at your own pace. I think you should stay away from too much coffee. I think you should stay away from this hustle culture, this sleep faster thing, which is actually much more counterproductive. If you sleep less than 7 hours, your performance goes down dramatically. Your productivity goes down dramatically. There are all sorts of studies, and if you have an Audible account at Amazon, Audible, there are so many books, and I think I'm going to recommend them in the next voice chat because I don't have them at hand. But there are so many studies and books that say don't sacrifice your sleep. If you want to be your best, sleep enough. Sleep 8 hours per day. Sleep 20 to 30 minutes in the middle of the day. That's the best thing that you can do. So again, don't believe this hustle mentality where you have to work nonstop from 6 a.m. to whatever. Don't wake up at 3 in the morning to go for a run and then work 12 hours on 99 Designs. That's not healthy, right? And don't compare yourself to anyone else. The most important thing, at least for me, as I like to put it. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the Word document, and I'm gonna do my best to write at least one page. At least one page. If I'm gonna write one page, I'm gonna be happy. Hopefully, I can, maybe inspiration is gonna kick in, and I'm gonna write 4, 5, 7 pages. We'll see, but at least one page. That's the bare minimum, right? So that's one thing that really, I think you should take it step by step. So finally, one thing regarding design speed. As I'm working more with Adobe XD, it really has some features that are completely awesome, and it is a game changer. They've done some things in the latest couple of releases that really speed up your design process. It's something where even if you're a beginner, you can look like a total magician, right? You talk to your boss and he says, whatever, I want it in dark mode, let's say, right? Totally dark. You can do it like that. In 5 minutes, it's done. It's done. If you set it up right from the get-go, it's absolutely fantastic. So I'm really happy that I'm writing this Adobe XD course, because I'm seeing some features that are really a game changer in terms of designing. And I think the more I think of it, what's gonna mostly happen is, again, I think most people will not focus. Most designers won't focus on aesthetics anymore, because aesthetics, at a certain point, you don't have a lot to do. Simply put, you follow the style guide, you follow my color scheme, my font choices, and whatever. So what you have to do is you have to work on analytics. You as a designer, you're probably gonna work with analytics, and you're gonna do various things to increase things like conversion rates. You're gonna work with statistics in order to actually make the business succeed. I think that's one of the most important things, because we have a design here submitted by Ned, and the design basically, it's pretty okay, it's pretty good, but this thing right here shows me that this is 100% not gonna work. It's 100% not gonna have decent statistics in terms of conversion rates, in terms of bounce rates, in terms of how many people are actually gonna use these fields. And I know that based on my experience as a designer, as an entrepreneur. But I can also tell you that Ned isn't in this position, that he doesn't know how to use Google Analytics, that he hasn't really approached his designs from this perspective, from actually making the business succeed. So because of that, I can see various things here that are not going to work, that are not going to make the business succeed. Basically, at this point, this is just aesthetics. This is just something that looks pretty good, but that's about it. It's not going to actually help the business succeed, right? So various things right here, this empty space, that's way too much. These photos here that don't make any sense. There's all sorts of things here that, you know, if we're talking about freelancing, obviously, you know, this may work. You may get 3 stars. You may even win a design contest on 99 Designs with such a design. But if we're talking about mastered web design in Photoshop, if we're talking about real projects, real websites for real companies that have goals, that have KPIs, key performance indicators, that are real businesses, this is not going to work. This design is not going to work. It has to be redone completely. So again, you know, it really depends on what you want to do. It really depends on where your motivation is. If you want to just focus on winning designs, a contest on 99 Designs, or if you want to really make something that will help businesses succeed. Because again, you may want $200 projects, you may want $5,000 projects. So based on that, you have to adjust the way you design. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions. And if not, I'm gonna wrap it up in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna stick around for about 1 more minute. We'll see if anybody has any questions. And if not, again, I'm gonna retire. But let's see if there's anything to be said. Are you a millionaire? Good question. I do have a book called 1 Million from Photoshop. Out of Photoshop, I actually wanted your guys' help with the title. And yeah, basically, yeah, I did earn over $1 million from Photoshop, from working with Photoshop. That's considering my time on 99 Designs. That's considering my Android design company, where we basically use Photoshop to create mobile apps. That's my Udemy courses and whatever. So yeah, basically all my earnings, yeah, are over the 1 million. And again, it's all down to Photoshop. Everything that I did was through Photoshop. So I'm really happy about that. And hopefully I'm going to be able to translate that book and do a course on Udemy and maybe make an audio book as well. But first I need to finish my XD course, and then probably I'm going to translate that. The book is actually about my life and how I got started and how I did this step by step, because the main thing about the book is that I'm not special. I'm not a genius. I'm not, you know, creative. I'm not good at drawing. I'm not artsy. I'm not anything. I just had various goals and I pushed through them and I managed to achieve them. It's okay. Difference between copying a design and taking inspiration. It's too difficult. I can't say in just a minute. Maybe that's a good topic for another discussion. And Ned, if you wanna get an in-depth review, you know, just use premium. I'm sorry that I'm constantly pushing for it, but this is the type of thing that really deserves enough information, enough time to actually get you the information that you need. For whatever reason, the premium command doesn't work. Okay, I'll see what's what. Yeah, guys, thank you so much with over the budget, 36 minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on Sunday, same time as today. Have a good one. Bye for now. Thank you.